Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Los Alamos, and welcome to our Girl Scout Sunday service. I am Olivia, and I use she, her pronouns, and I am today's worship associate. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your image of the holy, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. If this is your first time with us, we'd love to get to know you. Please sign our guest book sign-in book in the foyer. You can also speak with our greeter, Mike McNaughton, or Anna Dillian and Rebecca Howard, our co-chairs for a membership committee. For kids here in our service, we have our activity table up front. We ask that kids use whisper voices to talk at this table. Kids can also stay seated with their grown-ups. Grown-ups and kids can also sit in our library room to hear the service. We also have a nursery for young kiddos from 0 to 3 years old. Sarah Hammond is our nursery coordinator, and she can check in your kiddos to our nursery. If you would like more information about our programs for youth and children, please speak with Elizabeth Portillos, our Lifespan Spiritual Enrichment staff. Today, our kids will stand the service to help us celebrate Girl Scout Sunday. We have our candles of community area over here and in the back. You are encouraged to come up before the prayer time to light a candle or write your joy or sorrow in the book to be read aloud. Again, you are encouraged to come up before the prayer time to write your joy or sorrow in the book. If you are in need of pastoral care or support, or even financial assistance, please contact Reverend Tina DeYoe to set up an appointment.
You are now invited to greet your neighbor. You are encouraged to greet someone you might not know or recognize. If you would rather just wave and not shake hands, that's okay too. We'll call you back with a chime.
Okay. Okay. Here. You do it once, Hope, and then Avery will do it once. Okay. Good morning. Aren't these Girl Scouts awesome? Woo! Yeah, thank you all for being here to celebrate our Girl Scout Sunday with us today. I heard that this is the only church faith community doing it this year. Usually other faith communities do it in town, but we're lucky and we get to celebrate them today. So thank you. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Woo! So we have some announcements just briefly to share with y'all. Oh, and I'm the Reverend Tina DeYoe. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the minister here at this church for any new folks that are here. So after our service, please join us in our fellowship hall area. We'll have coffee, cookies, and conversation. There are some samples they put out, so you can sample them and then pick the boxes you want to buy, because I'm sure you want to buy some. So that will be after our service at 11:30. And then we're going to have a forum in here at noon, and it is titled Navigating the Complexities of Grief and Loss. In this presentation, it will explore the complexities of grief and loss by first defining what grief is and dispelling common myths about how it should look or unfold. And this presentation will be given by Leah Blackwell and Rumi I don't know how to say their last name, Saune? I'm not sure. So I apologize for mispronouncing their name. But Leah was a chaplain at the LA Visiting Nurses that just closed, and is also a grief group facilitator. And Rumi is a volunteer grief facilitator who works with the Grief Center of New Mexico. So please stick around. That's at noon today. We have our annual church canvas dinner coming up this Saturday. If you haven't RSVP'd yet to Ellen, raise your hand. Woo, there's Ellen. Please RSVP to Ellen today if you are planning to come, so there's enough food for all. And this is starting our church's pledge drive to fund our next year's fiscal year budget. So important dinner, you'll get some really good food. And so just, speak to Ellen for more information about the Canvas dinner and making a donation and pledge to this congregation. Also, if you are so inclined with audio and visual technology capabilities, we need your help. Our team is very small right now, and there might be some Sundays we are without people in the sound booth on Sundays. So if you want to learn, it's not that hard, actually. I know how to do it, and I'm not that techie. So please speak with Mike Begnaud, who's in the booth right now in the back, and Satchel as well is back there, so you can speak with either of them about helping with our AV needs on Sunday mornings. And now, this is our call to worship time as we come together this morning. So we come together here in our church as a community every Sunday to pause and worship together. Worship creates connections within, among, and beyond us, calling us to live with wisdom and compassion, calling us to be our better selves. And our worship theme for the month of March is paying attention. So today we are paying attention to community, to friendship, and are celebrating International Women's and Girls Day, which is today. Woo! Yay! And how appropriate that we're also celebrating the Girl Scouts on International Women and Girls Day. Woo! Yeah. So we are paying attention to women and girls and Girl Scouts and community and friendship today. So thank you for being with us. And now Avery is going to say some words, and then Min as well.
Today is Girl Scout Sunday, which is observed during the Girl Scout Week, an event recognizing the founding of Girl Scouts on March 12, 1912. Today, we are joined by a few of our local Girl Scout troops. Some of our local troops have even won the New Mexico Chili Reward for well-renowned troops.
We would also like to honor and thank Girl Scouts here with us today. Please stand if you are a Girl Scout. Thank you for having the courage, confidence, and character to make the world a better place. Thank you to all the adult Girl Scout volunteers. Adult volunteers, please stand. Yeah? Great. Thank you for giving your time and talents to our Girl Scout troops. And a special thank you to the Unitarian Church of Los Alamos for your support of our Girl Scout troops and hosting this year's Girl Scout Sunday. These girls represent the leaders of tomorrow. They belong to an organization that has continually adapted to meet the changing needs of girls. But even as things change, one thing remains the same. We continue to support girls as they go strong in exploring their values, their beliefs, serving their community, and building friendships with one another.
And now we are going to light our chalice flame, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith here, which stands for hope, protection, safety, love, and friendship and community. So it's perfect. So let us light our chalice. Olivia has our chalice lighting words, and Hope and the other Olivia are going to light our chalice. So.
Our chalice lighting words today come from the 1963 Girl Scout Handbook. What you do for your family and your community, you do for the world, because the world is, after all, made up of families and communities like yours. Let us rise in body and or spirit for our opening song. Do I say the name? Okay. Come sing a song with me. Please remain standing and join together in saying our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. Quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve life in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. Thus do we covenant with each and with all. You may be seated.
So I would like to invite all the young and young at heart to come up to our young worshipers space. All our Girl Scouts can come down as well for a Time for All Ages story, which is about Troop 6000, which some of you may or may not know about. So let's learn. Olivia's going to read our story.
All right. So Troop 6000 is a Girl Scout troop, and I'll be reading the story today. Giselle was a single mother with 5 children. She worked hard to pay the rent on their low-cost apartment. But when the landlord sold the building, she couldn't afford another place. And she and her kids found themselves homeless. The city of New York had rented 10 floors to shelter homeless families at a motel in the Queens neighborhood, and that's where Giselle and her children went. At the time, Giselle was working at the Girl Scouts of Greater New York, so she thought, why not start a troop in the shelter? And she did. At the first meeting, there were only 8 girls, and 3 of them were Giselle's own daughters, but she didn't give up. So word of mouth and flyers, Troop 6000 grew to 28 members, some as young as 5 years old. Being homeless is not easy, Giselle said. I hope the girls in Troop 6000 learn that tough times are just seasons in their lives, and that they will surpass it. Troop 6000 is the first one for homeless girls in New York City, but many more will follow. Unfortunately, homeless is still a serious problem across America. We are like a pack, said Giselle's daughter, Karina. If one of us is down, the rest of us will be there to pick them back up. Like other Girl Scouts and Girl Guides, Karina and her friends love adventure. They cultivate courage and honesty, responsibility and strength. They know that no matter where you're from or where you live, that's what being a Girl Scout is all about. Started in February 2017, United States of America.
Thank you.
That's it.
And then would you all like to stay standing and repeat your Girl Scout promise and your Girl Scout law?
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live at the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout.
Thank you all for repeating that. So some of us didn't know your promise and law, so thank you for teaching us it. So this is now our offering time, and this month our offering plate is going to the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, also known as the UUSC. UUSC is rooted in solidarity and is committed to systemic change. For over 80 years, the UUSC has worked to challenge injustice and advance human rights. UUSC collaborates and partners globally with frontline communities and grassroots movements, amplifying their voices for institutional change. You can also use the QR code on the screen for the Givelify app. It's a link, and you can make a donation to UUSC, or you can also make a donation to our church's general fund. And today we are starting to put in our offering baskets, envelopes, for our church's general fund. So if you have cash or check that you want to donate to the church, put it in one of these envelopes that say Church General Fund. And then other cash or check that goes into the basket will be going to UUSC. And if you'd like this church donation to be tax deductible, please write your name on the envelope as well. There's also envelopes in the foyer too, and you can put your envelope back in the offering basket, or there is a white mailbox outside of the church door that you can also put your envelope in. This is new, so we're starting it today, so that's why there's lots of instructions. So let us now take the offering, and may what you give bring you joy. And our Girl Scouts are going to help do the offering today. Thank you all for your gifts today and your generosity. And your gifts will help the UUSC challenge injustice and advance human rights around the world. So thank you. So during this time, this is our sharing of our joys and our sorrows and our prayer and meditation time. You are invited to come up to our Candles of Community space here up front or in the back, and you can light a candle, and up front you can write a joy or sorrow to be read out loud shortly during this time. And also, you can remain seated, and we will sing Spirit of Life together as people come up and write their joys and sorrows. So let us now enter into this time of joys and sorrow sharing, and let us sing together, Spirit of Life. Join me in a time of prayer and or meditation. Spirit of life, may there be peace on earth. May all beings be happy and joyous. May they live without fear. Understanding interdependence and compassion, I know that what I do now affects my happiness or unhappiness, and also that of others. May all existence, human and others, whether weak or strong, small or great, near or far, and throughout time, all attain perfect peace. May it be so. So we have a special anthem today. It is a Girl Scout song they sing a lot called On My Honor. So I'm going to ask for all the Girl Scouts to come up here and help us sing this song. And some of them are going to play violin. Avery and Olivia will be playing violin. And you guys are also invited to join in this song. The tune is easy, so if you catch on, you are welcome to join in singing as well. Awesome job. I'll let you put your violins away, because then I'm going to ask you guys to stand up here. So if you are a Girl Scout and want to come up here and share about some of your badges, we're going to have you guys share about one of your badges that you are proud of having or that you really liked getting, okay? Number one. Okay, there we go. If you want to say your name, you can say your name, and you can say about one of the badges that you're proud of having, okay? Yeah, who wants to start? Anyone?
I think I already introduced myself. My name's Olivia. I use she, her pronouns. And every year there's a camp called Twilight Camp, and you get a badge from it. And it lasts about 4 days. It's really fun, and you get to learn about a certain topic. It changes each year. And this year's Cowgirl, and I'm excited for this year. Last year was Detectives, and I really liked that one. So Twilight Camp badge is a badge that I'm proud of.
Hi, my name is Hope Conner-Lee, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm very proud of my Chili Award badge because my troop worked very hard to get it, and I'm very proud of my troop.
My name's Olivia Medina. My favorite badge is also the Twilight Camp one because it's really fun, and we have a time to actually learn stuff while we're in Girl Scouts.
2 years ago, we did a Twilight Camp, and I'm a huge fan of dinosaurs. Like, that's my number one thing. And 2 years ago, were dinosaurs, and I was so excited, and I was so happy. I couldn't wait to go to Twilight Camp, and I really enjoyed having that badge.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to all the Girl Scouts. Thank you for sharing. And then Jeanine Wood, who is going to be here with us, is unfortunately under the weather, and Hey Min is going to read some words that Jeanine gave to this community. So you can introduce who she is, too. Okay, cool.
So many of you might know Jeanine Wood. Her family is very involved in the community, and she has been a longtime Girl Scout. Her husband actually, I think, coaches the middle school track team as well. But because she is the longest known Girl Scout that I know from this town, we asked her to speak, and these are the words that she wrote for today. I joined Girl Scouts in California as a Daisy in kindergarten, probably one of the first years Daisy Girl Scouts was available. In 3rd grade, my family moved to Los Alamos, and I joined a Brownie troop here, along with my mother, who became my Girl Scout leader, and my younger sister's Girl Scout leader as well at the time. I don't actually remember much about my troop in California. I liked it well enough to bridge to Brownies and then join a Brownie troop in Los Alamos. But I also know that most of the badges I earned and specific Girl Scouting things I did were done with my mother on our own. However, my troop in Los Alamos was part of our strong local tradition of Girl Scouting and remained active through high school. With my troop here, I went hiking, camping, backpacking, and whitewater rafting. I built and launched model rockets. I learned so many songs from my mom, from my camp counselors, and from Dee Morrison. I went to a feast day at San Ildefonso Pueblo. I explored my town and state and country and learned about other parts of the world. I planted trees. I cleaned up trails. I wrote a newspaper with my troop about the environment. I went to Camp Elliott Barker every summer for 8 years in a row. I sold endless boxes of cookies. I served in color guards on Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Every year, with my troop, I adopted a family for the holidays and stuffed stockings for the Esperanza shelter in Santa Fe. After bridging to cadets, something we did in 7th grade then, not 6th, I had more opportunities to work with younger girls and look farther afield for adventures. I was a program aide at Twilight Camp. For many years, served on the Cadet Senior Planning Board for my council and went on a wider opportunity, a trip to North Carolina with 39 other Girl Scouts from around the country. We spent 2 weeks exploring Asheville and the Appalachians. I climbed the highest mountain east of the Mississippi, Mount Mitchell, all 6,684 feet of it, and hiked part of the Appalachian Trail. I tried quilting and basket making and panning for gemstones. I attended a bluegrass festival and visited Carl Sandburg's house. As a cadet, I earned my silver award by organizing and running a badge day for Brownie Girl Scouts. As a senior Girl Scout and senior in high school, I earned my gold award helping a no-kill animal sanctuary settle into its new location in the Glorietta by building enclosures for cats, GPS mapping the terrain, and laying a new trail. I have to tell you, Girl Scouts, that I don't think my silver or gold awards would pass muster now. I am in awe of the silver and gold award projects taken on by my Girl Scouts in our community now. As a graduation gift, my mother bought me a lifetime membership to Girl Scouts. After graduation, I had the opportunity to visit our chalet, the Girl Scout World Center in Switzerland, with my sister's troop. There, I enjoyed the sisterhood of Girl Scouts and girl guides from all over the world, and explored the mountains and castles of Switzerland. Looking back on it, what kept me in Girl Scouts was 3 things, and it's what I try to bring to my Girl Scouts now as a leader: friendships, trying new things, and community service. Several of my closest friends today were my Girl Scout sisters growing up. I stayed in Girl Scouts partly for the enjoyment of spending time with them. After that exhaustive list of activities, trying new things should be self-explanatory. I was actually a kid who did not want to try something new unless I was sure I was going to be good at it. Girl Scouting pushed me out of my comfort zone and gave me a safe place to try things that I wasn't sure about. Getting into outdoors was especially important to me for building confidence. My family is quite outdoorsy. I think my first camping trip was when I was a baby and teething. I apparently kept the whole campground awake, screaming all night. But Girl Scouts gave me more opportunities to develop those skills and go places my family hadn't gone. I'm committed to outdoor education in Girl Scouting now because I think there's almost nothing better for building confidence than going out into the woods and learning to rough it. Finally, doing things for others consistently, every year, multiple times a year, gave the rest of it meaning and instilled in me a deep desire to do good and the leadership tools to act on it. Our Girl Scout law, I've actually learned 2 versions because they changed it when I was in high school, incorporates all these things, but it especially calls us to service, to build community ties, and to learn the leadership skills necessary to serve. These 3 things, friendship, exploration, and service, are the heart of the Girl Scout movement and are all interconnected. Making friends creates community in itself and creates engagement with the broader community. Trying new things, exploring the world around us, keeps us flexible and also encourages friendship and community engagement. And of course, in doing something positive for our communities, we are strengthening ties of friendship and strengthening ties of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Friendship, exploration, and service are the tools we use to achieve those ends. I've been a Girl Scout for 37 years now, and it has made a profound difference in my life. I'm honored to be able to share that with the next generation of Girl Scouts, to have the opportunity to make a difference in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Heyman, for reading Jeanine's reflection, and let her know how much we appreciated it and are grateful. So thank you. We also have another lifetime Girl Scout with us today, Jillian Puckett, and she's going to share about her Gold Star Award project a little bit. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Jillian, for being here.
Okay, hi, my name is Jillian Puckett. I use she, her, and I was a Girl Scout for a number of years, and I completed my Girl Scout Gold Award. So for those who aren't familiar, the Gold Award is a capstone project for a Girl Scout that's similar to an Eagle Scout Award. So then for my Gold Award, I would like to preface that I had the additional challenge of doing my project during COVID. I started it in July of 2020, which, if you remember, was a rough time. Okay, so my project is called Growing Up in the Secret City, and it's a short comic that I wrote and illustrated based on stories of growing up in Los Alamos after the war. So for this project, I went around town and I interviewed people who grew up in Los Alamos around that time, and then I used their accounts to create a short narrative. I wanted to preserve the stories that might not have been deemed particularly important, but are nonetheless very interesting parts of Los Alamos' history. So I had some copies of it printed by Aspen Copies and was working with the History Museum to possibly have it included in their gift shop, but COVID and going off to college kind of hindered my success with that. So I just have a whole bunch of copies in my house now, and then I have a little display that I put in the Automacon a few years ago. Yep, so that's...
Thank you all, and thank you for sharing about some of your badges and your project, Jillian. Afterwards, during our coffee and conversation time, please feel free to engage with them more about some more of their badges if you want to share. And then your project too, you can bring in there and have conversation about too. It's all about building relationships, right? And community and friendships. So that's what we're paying attention to today. So thank you all for your sharing. So some of you stood up, so raise your hands again. How many of you are Girl Scouts, have been Girl Scouts? Raise your hands. Oh my gosh. Yay! Give everyone a round of applause. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. So this is also a fun fact Heyman sent me. Did you know that the first Girl Scout troop west of the Mississippi was formed in Santa Fe in 1917 by Mrs. Hazel Hallett Pond? This was the same year her husband, Mr. Ashley Pond Jr., founded the Los Alamos Ranch School. Interesting fact, right? I know. All these community connections. Mr. and Mrs. Pond's daughters, Peggy Pond Church and her sister Dorothy, joined the Santa Fe troop in 1918. And if you remember, Girl Scouts were started in 1912, so this was not that much longer after. So Girl Scouting has had a long history here in northern New Mexico and has a significant connection to our Los Alamos community, which I think is kind of fun. So we've heard these stories today of friendship, community service, exploration, achievement, and fun from Girl Scouts here in our community. So thank you to all of our Girl Scouts who have given so much to our community here in Los Alamos and northern New Mexico. Thank you again. And thank you to all the grown-ups who have supported these Girl Scouts too. Many of parents, grown-ups, volunteers, mentors, past Girl Scouts who are mentoring. So thank you to all of you as well. And just like church and other faith communities, Girl Scouting cannot happen without community support. So I'm so glad we are able to celebrate this Girl Scout Sunday here today in our church community. So it's an honor to be able to celebrate with you. So as some of you may know, Girl Scouting is a secular organization, and they use a values-based and community service education educational approach, which actually is not too dissimilar to the values-based and community service educational models that we use here in our Unitarian Universalist community. So these are our Unitarian Universalist shared values that have many similarities to those values that Girl Scouting upholds. So you can see that love is at the center of our Unitarian Universalist values. And then you have generosity, you have transformation, you have equity, justice, interdependence, and pluralism. So those are some of our UU shared values. And first, Girl Scouting and Unitarian Universalism embraces pluralism, that value. So what is pluralism? Pluralism is embracing all religious or non-religious beliefs as valid. And pluralism is believing that as humans, we can all coexist together and that our differences make us stronger. So in preparation for this Girl Scout Sunday, the Girl Scouting organization provides leaders with packets for planning a Christian worship service, Jummah, also known as Friday Muslim prayer, and a Friday Jewish Shabbat service as well. The materials also provide prayers for Catholic and Protestant Christian Girl Scouts, prayers for Hindu Girl Scouts, prayers for Buddhist Girl Scouts, and prayers for Muslim Girl Scouts, and prayers for Jewish Girl Scouts. And then they also encourage all Girl Scouts who have indigenous origins to consult with their indigenous tribal leaders on how to offer up a prayer for Girl Scouts based in their own indigenous culture and traditions, since there's no universal one way to pray in indigenous cultures, right? And so at the heart of Girl Scouting are many of the same values that most faiths uphold, which include supporting girls, making our world a better place, and building compassionate leaders. So Girl Scouting is an inclusive, global organization that empowers girls in many countries across our world in the promise, law, and values of community service, mentorship, exploration, friendship, respect, and just like Unitarian Universalism, to ultimately make the world a better place for all. So Girl Scouting advocates and teaches girls to speak out for equity and justice, just like our UU values do the same. And one of your all's Girl Scout peers, Emmy, I think her name is, right? Some of you may have seen this in the papers, and she wrote a letter recently to our county council to consider installing more accessible swings in our parks that allow kids with differing abilities to be able to swing without worrying about falling off the swing, right? So there's some kids that really need that extra harness on the swing, and so she did an advocating, and some of you were there, right, at the county council? Yeah, that's awesome. So congratulations, good job. Woo. And we also heard today the story of Troop 6000 that Olivia read to us. And when the mom and the Girl Scouts saw a need for a troop to represent the homeless population living in a shelter in New York City, they created one with the help of their parents, right? So equity and justice. We have also heard today that Girl Scouting is a transformative experience. Would you guys say that it's really fun and transformative to be in Girl Scouts too? Awesome. Where you create lasting friendships and learn new things and serve your community. And transformation occurs here too in our UU community. Just yesterday, we had a wonderful transformative women's retreat here. Some of you raise your hand if you went to the women's retreat. Woo! So we were lifting up women's voices there, expressions through art and experiences. And Girl Scouts and our church here bring people together across many generations because it's important to learn from our elders in our community as well. And generosity is another value that we as Unitarian Universalists uphold. And through all of the community service that Girl Scouts are involved in, you guys too are very generous with your time as you give back to the community you're living in too. So that's pretty awesome. You're pretty generous that way. And interdependence is another one of our Unitarian Universalist values that Girl Scouts also recognize. You heard a lot of connection to nature, right, in some of these reflections. And you all spend time camping and twilight camp and connecting with nature and learning about the interdependent web of existence of which we all are a part. So our lives are connected to nature, and it's so important that we protect and care for the natural world around us. And so here at our church, we teach those values, and you also learn how to care and protect for the earth too. So as it happens, right, today is International Women's and Girls Day, and it's a great day to honor the achievements of women and girls in our world. So let us celebrate girls and women everywhere on this planet. And here is a nod to Girl Scouts and the empowerment of girls everywhere. May we all continue to celebrate and empower women and girls across this world. May it be so, and amen. And let us thank our Girl Scouts and all of the volunteers helping with that one more time. Woo! Yeah, Olivia and Hope, you guys both can help out. So let us go from this place, remembering the importance of cultivating friendships and serving our community. And let us go out celebrating Girl Scouts and women and girls on this International Women and Girls Day. And don't forget to buy your Girl Scout cookies and eat them too. May it be so, and amen. And let us now grab hands if you would like. And we have a closing song that we do called The Way. So we can sing this song now together. So let's